Oh, so many guesses. So many incorrect guesses at 514-800, our text line on the big announcement. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know I don't do this if at all. I don't do it. It's been 5 years that we've been on air, almost, here at CJAD 800, and I've never said, hey, major announcement coming. You got to tune in 11:30, as we've been doing this morning. It is a major announcement. I keep getting guesses. Most of them are wrong. Some people are right, by the way. Some people have texted me, and they have it right on the money. Now, I got a text message here from Paul in DDO. Paul's got a guess. He says, Elias, here's my guess on your big news. You are leaving to pursue a political career. That's from Paul. Oh, but after discussions with Maxime Bernier and the People's Party of Canada... No, I will not.
Unacceptable.
I will not be leaving for a career in politics. I absolutely adore what I do here at CJAD.
It's a dream team.
Thank you. We have a dream team. Why would I leave? Now, listen, I got to guess here, right? Ken, and I told you a couple of times, Ken made a big announcement. Time for me to make a big announcement. So Ken Connors, the great longtime host here at CJAD 800, is going to leave his Weekends with Ken show at the end of the year. And I just got to guess here. Elias, you're going to take over for Ken in the new year. Nope. Not happening. And I'm not moving to Toronto. And this has nothing to do with the career. And I know I'm getting the people begging. Sophie from Montreal North, who was on this show last week. What a great interview with Sophie. And she says, I'm totally selfish here. Elias, don't retire. Don't move to another radio station. Don't go to Toronto. Listen, not going to do that. Staying right here. But let me tell you, some of you are getting closer and closer and closer. Some of you are saying, hey, Elias, you're getting married. I've already made that announcement. I got the fiance, my fiance, Olivia, the love of my life, Olivia. I've told you about her now more and more. And, I'll say this. Olivia she's not on social media. She does not want her likeness reproduced, controlled by anyone or anything other than herself, which is actually quite liberating, right? Because I don't now post stuff on social media, and I've been in relationships where you're with someone who's also so on social media, and then you got to do everything online, and it's just not the case. The love of my life, Olivia, she's a private person. I've become more private on those things because of that. So, but I've been sharing as much as I can, obviously, engaged to Olivia. We're going to get married sometime. We don't have a date. That's been a guess, by the way. We don't know when that's going to happen. It's going to come soon enough because there's bigger news before that. This spring, Olivia comes up to me. We're at home. It's a Thursday afternoon. And she comes up to me and she's holding one of those tests. It's a COVID test. And no, it wasn't a COVID test. She's holding one of those tests, right? One of those tests where you got to look, are there two lines or not? It's a COVID test. No, it's not a COVID test. One of those tests. And she shows it to me and she says, I'm pregnant. And right? And of course I was overjoyed. When she came up to me with that test, I was so happy. I immediately ran to the bathroom to do my own test. And of course it was confirmed. We both tested the positive. Oh no, mine was the COVID test. Well, I digress. Anyways, the kid is coming. So we were so happy about that. But of course, I was, especially when you're on air and that kind of thing, and you know how pregnancies work and it's first pregnancies, that kind of thing. I was like, hey, we're going to keep this hush hush. Did the first ultrasound a little while back, but on Monday, the astute listeners of the Elias Makos show may have realized this. There have been two shows now where at 11 o'clock I take off, right? And Trudy Mason has been filling in for an hour. She did that on Monday. Those two shows where I did that, the reason I did that is because the latest appointment available for the ultrasounds at the MUHC at the Super Hospital, 11:30. So we've been taking that 11:30 appointment, and on Monday, showed up for the second ultrasound at 20 weeks, where we found out that it's a boy. So there you go. Gender reveal party, no fireworks, thankfully, but we're having a boy and arriving sometime in the new year, and that's the big news. So thank you for all your guesses, but you know what the real question is here? So let me open up the phone lines. 514-790-0800. I'm having a baby boy. What am I getting myself into? I have no kids. I have no experience with kids. What am I getting myself into? What do I need to know about having a child, a baby boy? So I would love to hear that from you right now as I enter this, and I've, all my friends and family members and people that have had to go through this stuff. And I've experienced some of my friends' pregnancies. I've never done it by myself. What do I need to know? What does Olivia need to know? What do we need to know about raising a baby boy? I would love to know your thoughts at 514-790-0800 as that journey begins. I'm super excited, and I really didn't care. People ask me, and last week a guest asked me because I spilled the beans with someone, and they said, do you want a boy or a girl, right? And I said to myself, I mean this, I don't, either way, I was going to be happy. What I really wanted, to be honest, I wanted fraternal twins. I wanted one boy and one girl in one shot just to get it out of the way, because I think we're going to have at least 2 kids. But no, it's one kid. It's a baby boy coming. Dawn is in Beaconsfield. Hi, Dawn, lovely Dawn. How you doing?
Good, Elias.
So tell me, what do I need to know?
Well, my son this year just spent the time lifeguarding. So on Thursday nights, he goes out on the bar bus. And every weekend and Wednesday nights, he was breaking records, swimming in the competition.
Uh-huh.
And all I have to say is you got to give the time. It's not going to be your time anymore. And you'll enjoy every second of it.
You're proud, eh?
Yeah, I'm proud. Yeah. He broke the record for the fly on the in the West Island here.
Amazing, Dawn. Thanks so much for the call. Really appreciate it. Let me go to June here. Hi, June.
Hi, Elias. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you so much. Now,
I actually started to cry when you said that. Anyway, it's the most amazing time of your life, and you will absolutely know what to do. You will.
There's no, they say there's no manual, although I have it on good authority because my fiance runs a literature department at a bookstore. There actually are manuals on having a baby.
But trust your instincts, I say. My son is 37, and he's a wonderful human being, and that's the most important, good heart, loving person.
Oh, June, thanks so much for your call.
And I'm sure you guys will do a great job.
Oh, we're certainly hoping, and we're so elated and excited. June, thank you so much for calling. Big thank you to all of you that are reaching out on our text line with messages on my big news. Don't worry if you're just tuning in. I'm not leaving. I'm not retiring. But Olivia and I, my fiance Olivia and I, are going to welcome a baby boy to the world coming up sometime at the beginning of 2024. We're really excited about it. I'm asking you if you've got any advice here, what I need to know about having a kid, first child here that's coming our way. And I just want to mention one thing. We had a caller that called in, didn't want to go on air, but they wanted to say this to us. They said that they knew. And there was a story that I told a while back, which was a tell. And I told a story a little while ago about how on a Friday night, my fiance Olivia, she comes home, and all she wants to eat for dinner was Kentucky Fried Chicken, of all things. And she never wants any of that stuff, that greasy nonsense fast food. All she wanted was KFC. And we ended up going to KFC and picking up a bucket of chicken. I told that story, and someone called in just now, and they say, I knew it when I told that story, because that's the type of craving only a pregnant woman can have. And I'll tell you this, I knew Olivia was pregnant a week before she told me that she showed me the test. It was a week before, and I made dinner, and she ate everything and then wanted seconds. And she's always a slow eater. She ate so much, and that whole week she was eating nonstop. I said, something's up. I think she's pregnant. Let me go to Michael. Michael, my man, what do you want to say?
First of all, congratulations.
Thank you. What do I need to know?
Nothing. It's going to come naturally. You're just going to know. But there would be one thing that I would definitely say: make sure music is a part of your boy's life. From beginning to end, kids who listen to music, especially boys, they end up much more well-rounded. And honestly, if you have music in your life, how can you be an unhappy child, right?
So, Michael, let me tell you something, because we're already doing, so Olivia absolutely loves classical music.
Perfect.
And we've already been playing the classical music for the baby in the background. So we're already thinking about that. Why is that so important to you, Michael? Why did you want to bring that up?
Well, I grew up always with my mom always having her record player on. I can remember my first memories of childhood listening to her playing Tina Turner and all these classic Motown records. I think that my childhood would have been a lot more difficult if I didn't have a parent that really made sure that I listened to all kinds of different genres of music, all kinds of music. It opened me up to wanting to know about more cultures. Well, where did this come from? And then we made a game of it. Okay, well, let's look this up. Back in the day when you had to go to the library. And it was a way for us to bond with both of my parents, because my dad had different taste in music than my mom. So he would play old Greek music for me from when he grew up as a kid. I listened to everything. It really is, honestly, one of the best ways you can ensure to have a happy child.
Michael, thanks so much for the call. And I'll say this, I think music and introduction to music and complex music, it works the brain. Like you really got to use the brain in order to appreciate music. So I will take that advice. On the text line here, Elias, what do you need to know? You need patience. Remember, children are 75% headaches, 25% happiness, but the 25 supersedes the 75. Let me go to Karina here. Hi, Karina.
Yes, hi. Congrats, Elias.
Thanks, Karina.
So I gave birth about 20 months ago.
Oh.
My advice to you is that, your partner, Olivia's going to be doing things in a different way than you will. So, she may change a diaper differently, swaddle differently, give bath time differently, and that's okay. Let each other do things in their way, and it's so beautiful to, once you wrap your brain around that your partner does something differently than you, to see them each flourish in parenthood.
Great advice, Karina. So how's your child? Tell me about your child.
Good. Well, her name is Olivia. So,
beautiful.
So it's really special. Yeah, she's 20 months, flourishing, walking around and running now. So it's incredible to see what happens over the course of just 20 months.
Karina, my best to you and your family. Let me go to Terry here. Hi, Terry.
Yeah, hi, Elias. I have something cute to tell you.
Tell me.
Okay, when you're changing the baby or Olivia, make sure you put a Kleenex on his little patootie because he's going to pee on you.
Oh, that's great. I need protection.
It happened so many times, and it happened when my son was a baby. He actually peed in his mouth.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah, because he was crying and peeing at the same time. So this is just a cute little advice. Put a Kleenex on it when you're changing him.
Terry, I finally figured out how to use all of the masks that I bought during COVID that I still have piled up. I figured out a use for them as well. Thanks, Terry. Let me go to Peter here. Hi, Peter.
Hey, Elias. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you. What do I need to know?
So if I had any advice for you, old friend, it would be time. Time is the most important thing that you can give your baby boy. For the first 8-9 years of their life, you and your fiance are going to be the most important thing in their lives. And then right around 8 or 9 years old, that's when they kind of move on to their friends and turn their back on you. But for the first little bit, you are the most important thing. That actually happened to me yesterday, so the timing for this call is actually...
You got the news yesterday?
Oh, I know. I got the news that my son, I'm now second to his friends. We went out to Dairy Queen, and I basically paid for both of their ice creams. And then when I went to go sit with them, they had chosen a table of 2. And I said, hey, I'm going to pull up a chair. And they said, no, we think you should sit at that table. And I literally sat at another table while they both had a conversation for half an hour. So.
Peter, thanks so much for the call. Let me squeeze in who we get. Sean, you got to be quick, but go ahead. Sean, are you there?
Oh, yeah. Hi, Elias. Real quick.
Yeah.
Congratulations. It's great news. And I just want to say, man, don't wish it away. Little kids, little problems. Big kids, big problems. So enjoy the teething, enjoy the colic, enjoy the midnight wake-ups, enjoy all that stuff. Because I tell you, brother, when they become teenagers, the problems become much more real.
Yeah.
So
Sean, thanks so much for the call. Steve, last word goes to you, my man. What do you say, Steve?
Okay, first of all, congratulations, and I have 2 expressions for my daughter after she had her first child. One is, my time is not my own, And the other thing she used to say is, the things I used to care about.
Things I used to care about. I love that. Steve, thanks so much. Listen, I'm going to read all your text messages on the text line. I appreciate all the nice words. I'll be back at it tomorrow. My thanks to Lola Calder and Jay Farrar being so supportive as well behind the glass. And that's it for us today. We'll get you over to Jason Mayoff on the news, and I'll be back at it. I ain't going anywhere. See you tomorrow. Hear you tomorrow.